Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker. We're here in the banquet hall of Jemandi. Is that her name? Jelon, whatever. You know who I'm talking about, the Sword Lord. The one who hired us. I should really know her name. Then yeah, I just realized that we are also still on the brink of death, on death's door, and we're fatigued. So, you know, we didn't even get a chance to rest before this feast was called. But yeah, this is a celebration for my success over the Stag Lord. So we need to go and talk to every single person that we see. And first up is this guy, Lander. A handsome, well-dressed young man of about 17 years old looks at you with a polite smile. So, you're the famous slayer of the Stag Lord's gang, soon to be a baron? Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Lander. Just Lander? No last name, no title? Well, let's just say I'm here incognito. Under my circumstances, it's wise to keep one's lineage to oneself. Truth be told, that's precisely what I wanted to speak to you about. You see, I'm an heir to one of the Brevois noble houses. I won't say which, but believe me, a newly appointed baron with no connections would do well to have a friend like me. I travel the country in secret, without servants, so I can see it for myself. Not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked. I need to know Brevois if I'm going to rule a part of it someday. I know Jemandi wants to impose her stepson on you as an emissary of Brevois. Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age. While they may have trained this half-orc to swing a sword, I've been training to rule since I was a child. I'll be of far greater use to you, both now and in the future, after I have a firm position in my family. I mean, you had me thinking about it until you threw out the half-orc comment. I mean, probably not the most tactful choice of words, even if he meant nothing by it. Are you from Restovic nobility? Oh, no, I'm not from here. I'm just visiting, you could say. I wanted to see for myself the heroes who managed to conquer the frontier lands, and the Lord Mayor was kind enough to invite me to this wonderful party. Please, tell me again what you're doing here. I travel the country in secret, without servants, so I can see it for myself. Oh yeah, he's already told me this. Tell me once more what you want from me. Okay, and that's the same thing as well. Let's see. Okay. I'll consider your proposal. Yes, do so, and carefully. I don't think we're gonna go with him. Jethal, they call this a feast. I'd show them some real festivities if they'd let me. Magar Varn. This man is obviously more comfortable on the battlefield than in the company of nobles. He's well built, but the expensive waistcoat he's wearing doesn't quite fit properly, as though it was borrowed. He has a few pale scars across his face, and his dark hair is drawn into an unkempt ponytail, with a few streaks of gray running through it. He greets you with a broad smile and a firm handshake. I do like his look. Was he one of the options? Could you have picked his portrait? Let me introduce myself. I'm Magar Varn, the new ruler of Dunsward, your neighbor to the east. Just like you, I'm about to be a baron. Great job with the Stag Lord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. Dunsward, the frontier region known as Dunsward on the easternmost side of the Stolen Lands, borders the steppes of Casmaran. Dunsward is characterized by low, grassy plains circled by mountain ranges and is dotted with the ancient structures of lost civilizations. Long ago, a bustling empire reigned over these lands. Nowadays, all that remains of the ancient glory are crumbling ruins and the half-destroyed words of alien wisdom that are inscribed on the walls of unknown tombs. How'd you earn the title Baron? Truth be told, my team and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Jumanji Eldori needed someone reliable to take and hold the territory. I'm the captain of a mercenary team, if that wasn't clear. Varnling Host. Have you heard of us? No? No matter. We've done work for Jumanji before. This time, the task was simple. We just waltzed into the area, cleared it of the most brazen monsters, and built a small fort to hold the place. And for that, a barony and land to own. It was a dream job. How do you feel about being a noble? Looking at his rich clothes, Varn smirks. Like a pheasant on a plate. I've killed all kinds of monsters, but this is the first time I've so strongly felt like turning away could get me eaten. He nods toward an arrogant man in the corner of the room. See that lad? Baron Drelev. He's not like us. Who knows what generation of Baron he is? Didn't even shake my hand. You and me? We're like dirt beneath his boots. That's why those like us, the newly made nobility, need to stick together. Otherwise, he'd take my land and yours in the blink of an eye. It was nice to meet you. Farewell. Goodbye. Once you've settled in, come pay us a visit. Will do. Lindsay. Pour up to the brim so that... Oh, I must be drunk. I forgot the line. Keston. Well, Tortuccio. Well, scum. And how did we... Maybe I've had one too many. Maybe. Amiri. Their wine is alright. Nice and strong. But the appetizers? Barely a mouthful. Tristan. These people are not just celebrating. It seems your feat has given them new hope. Hello.
Will you drink with me?
You see Kaisi? I forget how she says her name. Kaisi. Approaching. The tiefling you met during the battle at Jumanji Eldori's mansion. As she draws near, she places one of the cups of wine she's holding into your hand. Kaisi, a tiefling girl from Kadira, who helped you during the first fight in Jumanji Eldori's mansion. Surprisingly, when Tartuccio voiced his accusations against you, she became distant and even unfriendly, refusing to take your side and join your party. Of course, to beauty. Of course, to my success. Do you want to get right to business? I have yet to become a baron, and already it seems that someone wishes to poison me. Of course, to beauty.
To beauty. It sweetens our happy days and brings solace to our dark and sorrowful ones.
Kaisi smiles and taps her cup to yours.
But jokes aside, I came to apologize. I know the words I said in our conversation with Lady Aldery might have offended you, but this was not my intention. The lessons life has dealt me were not easy. I've learned to be wary of new acquaintances, which is why I've refused to join your party. I hope you will forgive me for this weakness and for my harsh words. And I hope you will hear me out, for I have something to tell you.
No need to apologize. I don't expect everyone I meet to immediately fall under my charms and entrust me with all their secrets. Apology accepted. What did you want to tell me? First, I will listen to what you have to say, and then I will decide what to think of your repentance. You've shown your duplicity once. I don't want to have anything further to do with you. No need to apologize.
How amusing. Usually those who don't seek affection are the very ones who receive it. Anyway, enough sweet talk. There is something important I wanted to tell you.
Kaisi looks down at her cup for a moment.
As it happens, I came across some very valuable information. What brave conqueror of these wild lands wouldn't be intrigued by news of an ancient shrine, possibly full of great treasures? A place such as this was discovered by my old friends from Qadira, and it just so happens to be located in the lands that today become rightfully yours. My friends lack the courage to enter the shrine and seek the treasure, but what will stop us? We who know the taste of battle and have been singed by the same fire.
Kaisi stops, looking at you expectantly. What could be better than a treasure hunt? I'm ready. It sounds tempting, but I'll need to think about it. Forgive me if your promises are not reassuring. I've no wish to have anything more to do with you. It sounds tempting, but I'll need to think about it.
Your caution is reasonable. Well, I'm going to visit the capital of your newborn barony anyway. I might rent a house. Find me there if you decide you're interested in my offer. So long, friend. I'll call you so today because soon enough, all you'll be hearing is, Your Grace, Your Grace, Your Grace.
Saluting you with the cup, the tiefling girl steps back and disappears into the shadows between the columns. How mysterious. Ooh, quest. Oh god. Oh yeah, okay. We need to read all these things. Not that one though. A noble welcome. The hero deserves a reward for his feat, a baron's title. All the high society of Restov are gathered to witness the ceremony. Even Natala Sotova honored the celebration with her presence, although she seemed almost ready to intervene. What could it be that so vexes the nobility? A mystery. Perhaps Agronak will be able to understand it once he's become one. Mingle with the guests. A high society reception is always excellent entertainment. You can drink plenty of expensive wine and stuff yourself with tiny sandwiches on sticks. Or you can skip the time wasted on gluttony and make a few useful connections. Commence the official proceedings. Talking to the honored guests is useful, but can also be exhausting. Isn't it time to commence the main event of the evening, receiving the Baron's title? Interesting things are happening. Kaisi, a tiefling from Qadira, came to us asking for help in finding an artifact in an ancient treasury. It seems like a normal errand, so why do I feel it's more complicated than it sounds? Find Kaisi in the capital. Kaisi is going to settle in the capital and ask the Baron to visit her, to discuss the details of a future expedition to seek an artifact. Her house can be found near the capital square, to the right. We've already got our capital planned out. Okay. We got Chandra Mervy. Ah, yes. I see good old Restov hasn't changed a bit. Even the smell in the streets is the same. Natala Sotova is discussing something with an unfamiliar old lady in a low voice. Upon noticing you, she breaks into a sugary sweet smile. You are not only tough, but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it, while you can. Is that a threat? What do you think awaits me? It was a pleasure meeting you. May I take my leave? Is that a threat? I would never. I simply wish to warn you, in case you don't fully realize the fate that awaits you in your barony. And what do you think awaits me? Nothing good, I fear. The Aldori, our dearest friends, didn't deem it necessary to inform you of their plans, I assume? You see, they're preparing to separate from Brevoy. It will not be a peaceful process. They lack the strength, currently, hence using the legal loophole to create some independent allies. Once the civil war breaks out, your lands will be the first to endure a strike from Brevoy's forces. Perhaps they'll erect a memorial stone in independent Restov to honor you. Well, I wouldn't count on even that, really. And what would you propose? In your situation, the most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful rulers of Brevoy, the noble houses. The Aldori won't dare to rebel, knowing they will immediately become entrapped. You could help Brevoy avoid a civil war, while simultaneously enjoying some well-deserved peace in your lands. I believe Jamandi has already attempted to impose a guard on on you as an emissary. I'm guessing her low-born stepson, the green-skinned boy, Castle. It's up to you, of course, but I would recommend you a different envoy. Please meet Chandra Murphy, an experienced diplomat who's more familiar with Pavoy's politics than any brawler could be. The old woman standing next to Natala, gives you a slight bow. I would be happy to help you establish diplomatic relations with Pavoy. I'll consider your proposal. Think on it. Do not make any hasty decisions.
I'll go ahead.
Alright. Mingle with the guests. Yeah. Who do I need to talk to start this? I'm guessing these guys up here, so let's walk around here. Who are you? Zvonky Keeg. A handsome man with a weather-beaten face grasps your hand tightly in his rough, calloused palms. Unlike the rest of the guests in their festive clothes, he wears a simple robe. The only luxury you see on him is a holy symbol of Erastil, made of solid gold. The other guests look at him with respect, some bordering on awe. Congratulations on your victory, he says in a deep voice. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Zvonky Keeg, High Priest of Erastil and Rostov. Do many people in Rostov venerate Erastil? They revere many gods in Rostov. They pray to Abadar, patron of cities, and Pharasma, gatherer of souls. There are also some more rare cults. But there's no denying that the stag god has the largest congregation here. And no wonder. People here have lived off farming and hunting for centuries. You're dressed surprisingly simply for such a festive occasion. The corners of the priest's mouth turn up in a faint smile. The nobles dress in silks and satins to stand out from the poor. A priest wears a simple robe to stand out from the nobles. Bringing law into the Stolen Lands is a difficult endeavor. I would be grateful for your help, for any help you could spare. Our most pious aspirations are often hindered, but it is not the case that overcoming such obstacles allow us to become closer to our gods. I give you my blessing, and I believe you will be able to overcome these hardships and achieve your goals. It was an honor to meet you. Goodbye. Erastil keep you. Yeah, thanks for nothing. Rigonger? Haha, to victory! To freedom! Bottoms up! Bottoms up! Yes! Try the eclairs. They're delicious. Truth be told, I'm not really comfortable here. I lost my taste for high society. Yeah. Hannes Drelev. This man's gorgeous clothes hide rippling muscles beneath them. He looks past your ear, obviously bored. Baron Hannes Drelev, he says offhandedly, emphasizing the word Baron. And you must be the Stag Lord Butcher. I'm sorry, I quite forgot your name. But you took out the Stag Lord and his gang, and so Sword Lord Jamandi has granted you permission to take his place, right? Well, congratulations. My lands lie to the west of yours. I suppose we're neighbors now. Yes, I defeated the Stag Lord. Pray tell, what did you do to deserve your new dominion? You're not very polite for a nobleman. Goodbye. What'd you do? A smirk appears on the Baron's face. I don't need to deserve or prove anything. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had a slightly bigger army, Sword Lord Jamandi would have simply given me all of the Stolen Lands. Alas, I don't have so many soldiers at my disposal, so she had to urgently make barons of the likes of you and Varn. So you have no army and no special merits. You were just given land for being pretty. Under other circumstances, I'd have you whipped for such words. But let's not ruin Lady Aldori's celebration, If you want so badly to measure merits, we can do so at another time. You're not very polite for a nobleman. Ha! Politeness must be deserved. Later. Not even deigning to reply, Baron Drelev turns around and looks away. What a lovely man. Baron? A feast in time of pestilence. A ludicrous attempt to sink into reverie. To digress from contemplating one's own insignificance. Alright, I think that's everyone.
The path is clear.
Let's talk to Castle. Today is a historic day for Rostov, and maybe for all of Brevoy. An older man with full sideburns looks at you with interest through a golden eyeglass. Well now, if it isn't the hero of the festivities, the protege of our dear Jamandi. You pulled this off quite cleverly, I confess. I wasn't convinced your enterprise would succeed. I even bet a bottle of my best Pitaxian wine against you. But I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Aldori have always been adept at finding new talent. I don't believe we've been introduced yet. Yeah. So it would seem. I am Yosef Selimius, Lord Mayor of Rostov. I rule this town and the adjacent lands. As your northern neighbor, I hope we can look forward to a long and fruitful friendship. So you rule Rostov? And what about the Aldori? Brevoy's politics seem complex and incomprehensible to many. Here, in this part of Roslan, the spirit of the northern freedom still lives. We are loyal to the throne, of course. May the gods prolong the life of His Highness. But here, far from the dominions of the Grey Houses, we have our own ways of life. It is especially important now, after the certain events that I probably don't need to name. The Aldori Sword Lords used to rule Roslan. They're still the largest landowners and main military force in the region. But it's not for nothing that Rostov is called a free city. We're proud to choose the Lord Mayor from among the citizens, considered not by their lineage, but by their own merits. What kind of events were you talking about? Mayor Selimius gives you a patronizing smile. Why, aspiring politician needs to be well informed. I'm talking, of course, about the disappearance of the ruling house of Ragarvia. Can you imagine it? Old man Koro conquered our land 2 centuries ago. It would be a shameless lie to say that nobody wished his royal family could just disappear into thin air. But once that exact thing happened, turned out nobody was ready for it. Poof! All over the country, every member of the royal house disappeared without a trace. Nobody knows what happened. It's a mystery, but a mystery pregnant with opportunity for everyone. How are things in Rostov? I don't want to boast, but things have been going well in recent years. Trade prospers, the population grows, and the citizens are happy. Although recently, especially after the disappearance of House Ragarvia, more and more troublemakers have been appearing, and people are talking about the most shocking things. But those sorts of rumors aren't worthy of your attention. It was nice meeting you. Goodbye. Please, wait a moment. Your young barony will need resources to establish itself, and from what I've been told, you're somewhat in need of financial assistance. I could organize and supply everything you need for the construction and spread out the cost on extremely favorable terms. I could immediately procure, let's say, 500 cartloads of building supplies. I'm sure that would give you a good start. In exchange, I would ask a small favor. Until you repay the debt in full, you simply assume the obligation of contracting building services from Rostov's Builders Guild. Do we have a deal? I would be happy to accept your offer. Thank you for the offer, but I can't accept it. It's your choice, of course. I just figured I'd mention it. I'll probably accept your offer in the end. I'll need resources for the construction after all. I'm gonna go with not taking it. I've always taken it in the past. I want to see what happens otherwise. The feeling is mutual, I assure you. I look forward to hearing more of your dazzling successes soon.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Before we begin, I'd like to talk to you about the envoy I'll be taking with me. I'm ready for the ceremony. I'd like to speak with the guests some more. I'd like to talk to you about the envoy I'll be taking with me.
My apprentice, Casil Aldori, will go with you, won't he?
Yes, that's my decision.
Whatever you choose, I won't argue. But you must choose your inner circle with the utmost care.
Should we take... I mean, if we're gonna side with Brevoy, should we... Or Rostov, shouldn't we just take the mayor up on his offer? I don't want to tie us to him that closely, though. I'm ready.
Excellent. Stand here. Lords and ladies, today we are here to honor 3 brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the stolen lands. Baron Hannes Drelev, the new master of Glenabon. Captain Maegor Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword. And finally, the tamer of the Shrike Hills, who put an end to the atrocities of the Stag Lord's bandits. Step forward. On behalf of the people of the free city of Rostov, I confer upon you this noble title. Rise, your grace.
Baron Agronak I. These are the kinds of heroes we need. Awesome. A noble welcome. The celebration is over. Now it is time to return to the stolen lands. We have a capital to build.
Victory! The Stag Lord's dead, and the capital of the new barony has been built in place of his fort. That was how the long and challenging taming of the stolen lands began.
And that's the end of Act 1. Greetings, Baron. Hey, Keston. Welcome, Your Grace. Keston salutes you. You can see he's a bit anxious, and it seems he rehearsed his speech many times. Let me once again congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Jamandi transferred me here. I am at your disposal. I'm not one to bestow honors, but I want you to know I am glad to serve you. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of your new capital citizens. The Stag Lord's former stronghold will soon be a thriving city. Word travels fast, and the first settlers have already arrived, with new ones approaching as we speak. While you were visiting Rostov, much has been done here. Your benefactors, the Eldori, invested a great deal of resources in rebuilding the city. I stand ready to answer your questions and to show you around the most important sites. The main question is, where can I get a drink or 3? It's time to toast my victory. Where are my companions? Are there any citizens I should know about? What's the mood of the people here? I'm ready to look around the city, lead the way. The main question is, where can I get a drink or 3? Keston hesitates a brief moment and then laughs. I'll make sure to show you the moment we enter the city. The tavern was the first business that opened. Building a city is thirsty work, and I beg your forgiveness for my behavior during your reception. I drank a little too much. It's a day for celebration. Where are my companions? They're all somewhere around here, but I never kept an eye on who went where exactly. Well, I assume Tristian is with Jod, and you can always find Lindsay. I can always find her, huh? Just follow the noise and turmoil. Are there any citizens I should know about? Our old acquaintance Jod is right here. Arassel's clerics normally don't like cities much, but he's eager to serve you. Also, the emissary from Brevoy is here, waiting for you in the throne room. There's also this curious matter. An elf has paid us a visit. A blind elf. Desna only knows how he managed to get here. He seems a peaceful, even pleasant fellow, though naturally a little odd. I let him stay a while. It's up to you to decide what to do with him now. That's about it, I guess. Keston scratches his head. What's the mood of the people here? I must admit, I've never seen anything like that my whole life. A city, a whole barony, born right in front of our eyes. The people sensed the moment, and today we're feeling proud. As a rule, I'm not too cheerful or chatty. I normally feel out of place among all the rejoicing, but today is just one of those days. I'm ready to look around the city. Lead the way. Follow me, Your Grace. Could have done this in the, sunshine and without the rain. Greetings, Your Grace. We are, well, your new subjects. We're selecting a site to build our house. Okay. It's wet near the lake and windy up here on the hill. A fine place to throw garbage at your neighbors' heads, though. Ouch. We can't, skip these when I'm done. It's a good thing you got rid of those monsters and bandits, Your Grace. Yeah, well, yeah, no duh. Way to state the obvious. Do you recognize this place, Your Grace? This is where the Stag Lord's fortress walls used to be. Not that it saved him in the end, eh? Not that it saved him in the end, indeed. Our workers did a fine job turning this bandit den into the heart of the town. The heart of every town is its main square. We plan to hold street festivities and fairs here. Look, we already have our first vendor. We'll be making great use of you, Mr. Vendor. Greetings, Your Grace. If you turn to the right here, from the square, you'll end up straight in your tavern. Our tavern. I mean, well, it's my tavern, but... The tavern's ale is blessed by Caden Kalian himself, I swear. And the lady who owns it is a gem. What is this tent? I've heard our baron is tall as a troll, has hair of pure gold and can breathe fire. You're right. Oh, that's all nonsense. Well, except for the part about breathing fire. All barons can breathe fire. Trust me. Hello, lads. Oh, welcome, Your Grace. Glad to serve you. Very nice. Your Grace, those are our guards. They keep order in the city, or keep their mouths busy with something. Here's the observation platform. I hope one day your capital will grow large enough that we won't be able to see to its full extent from this perch. That'll be a big city. The building in front of us is your residence. That's where we'll head to now. And there's the bell. Who claims the land? Claims its pain and its death. I'm pretty sure we've read that one. What are the odds that we read the same one?
I feel tired.
So now we've reached the main chambers. This is the throne room, where you'll hold court and receive visitors. Let me draw your attention to this large map depicting your barony and its surroundings. We'll mark all the important scout reports and other news worthy of your Grace's attention. Having finished his speech, Keston tucks his thumb under his belt and stands quietly. Greetings, Your Grace. Castle, Lady Jamandi's ward, gives a polite bow. It was a pleasure to meet you at Restov's reception. On behalf of your allies and benefactors, the Eldori Sword Lords, I'd like to offer you some advice. Barony effect, Community 6, Loyalty 6, Military 3, Economy 3, Divine 3, Arcane 3, Stability 3. New event. Trade agreement with Sortova. As Vanki's offer, pillage the Temple of the Elk, rebuild the Temple of the Elk, research into the nature of curses, Davik Nettle. You can solve most of your barony's problems by granting appointments to the right people, responsible people. But certain state business will demand your personal attention, as will the visits of especially important guests. Reports of such outstanding events will be marked on your map. You could always check it while considering your plans. According to the ancient traditions of Brevoy and most of the river kingdoms, rulers address affairs of state and receive visitors at the beginning of the month. My advice to you is to maintain this tradition and regularly visit your capital when needed. The first thing you should do as a ruler is assign loyal people to all the important positions in your barony. New event, agreement with Sortova. Wait, we've read those already. Okay. Your clerics, Jod and Tristian, were the first to seek an audience. I won't distract you further, and I'll leave you to consider. Once again, my congratulations. May your rule be long and prosperous. Indeed. Your Grace, allow me to congratulate you on receiving the title of Baron. I am confident that you will be able to bring order to these troubled lands. Jod stumbles slightly. Though, to be honest, that isn't exactly what we wanted to speak to you about. Tristian and I have been talking a great deal about what happened at the Temple of the Elk. It doesn't all make sense to us yet, but one thing is clear. There is a powerful curse at work. It corrupted the very essence of that sacred place, steeping it with putrescence. I'm disgusted with whoever could do this. Jod exhales loudly, catching his breath. And now, there is a new woe. Tristian and I believe the curse did not simply disperse of its own accord. There is a place near the capital, rumored by the locals to be cursed. Tristian and I visited this dreadful place, and we felt the same putrescence as at the Temple of the Elk. What is this place? Where is it? There is a bald hilltop not far from here, to the north of the capital. Its crown is entirely barren of life. The locals believe the rituals glorifying the dark gods were held there, back in ancient times. There is no longer any trace of such rituals, but the air around the hilltop is heavy to the point of stifling. This place is like a rotting wound, closed but not healed. And this wound will undoubtedly open again. Tristian and I felt something approaching, something ominous. The curse will soon return to plague us once more. I swear by Arastal. I will go there as soon as I am able. I would be happy to accompany you, but I would not expect to see anything new there at present. I agree with Tristian. We have been to this hilltop. It's barren, but filled with a dense atmosphere of unease. Well, what do you suggest? The curse will grow in strength, and we predict it will reach the peak of its strength in about 1 month. That's when we should visit the bald hilltop and resolve this issue. For now, we can only wait and prepare. We beg your pardon, Your Grace, for intervening with you getting the grasp of your barony. I'm sure you have more pressing matters at hand right now. Indeed I do. How dare you? The name of your barony. So I have to decide now. Oh no. I don't know. I don't know. I wish there was like a random thing. I don't know. What are some cool names we can name it? I'm trying to think of like the naming conventions in this game. Helaxia. How about that? Heliax. Nah, that looks dumb. Just hell. There we go. It's almost like Cheliax, right? I don't know. Helaxia. Oh well, I can't really think of anything right now. Fuck. I'm not good at names. Can name it after the Tuskwater. What, just like Tuskwater? It cannot be changed. The Shrike Hills. Like, usually it's named after like a founder or like a landmark, right? So Tuskwater would be good. Shrike. The Shrike Hills. Shrikeia. I don't know. Shrikean. What else do we got? We got the Marque River. The Skunk River. We can go with the old skunk. Isn't there the Tusk River too? Or the Thorn River? I think this is the Thorn River, right? Oh, we can move around. Thorn River, the Gnarl Marches. Alright, that's going to be part of my barony. Tuskwater. What is this one? Candlemere. I kind of like that. I mean, I know we're not on Candlemere, but... there's the Camel Lands. I can't move. Oh, there we go. Gudrun River. Lake Silverstep. Tuskwater, outskirts. I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is tough. There's no other Shrike. Okay. The Shrike Lands. I don't know. The Tuskwater Lands. This is the hardest part of the game right here. I just remembered. I remember in Pillars of Eternity 2, where we'd come across like unnamed islands. I'd name them after you guys. Unfortunately, we don't have like a channel name kind of thing. For us, you know, like we have the channel name, but I don't have like a name for all the subscribers or anything. Maybe I need to take a break and like think about it. All right, guys, I'm back. I spent, what has it been, about 5 minutes thinking of ideas and, you know, looking on the internet to see any cool ideas. I saw a couple that people have used that are pretty cool. Like one person used Stag's End as the name, which is kind of interesting. One person used the Shrike Confederation, which is kind of cool too. I liked that one. And then a couple other that were more like based on their own characters and like taking inspiration from what race their character was and what those races had names for their cities. Unfortunately, we're a half-orc. You know, we don't really have a half-orc nation to look into. I mean, he is an Eldori defender, so he likely grew up in Rostov, so we could easily name it after like you know, Rostovian kind of thing. But I decided to pick something. It's maybe a little lame, a little cheesy, a little corny, but you know, this was called the Stolen Lands, right? And we're chaotic good, and it's kind of been mentioned in passing what these lands are known for. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna be the free lands. Yeah, you know, hey, I'm not the most creative. What can I say? The free lands. Okay, so what do I do now? We've got events, projects, rank up, economy. All right, we've got all this stuff. But I think first we need to put advisors in, right? I think that's our first duty. We've got 4 advisors. We got 5. Wait, it says we have 4, but we have 5 things here. So maybe there's just one that doesn't have people. We haven't even met this guy yet. But yeah. So we need a regent. The regent ensures subjects' complaints and concerns are heard by their ruler and serve as a link between the baron and the people. Choose an advisor to fill this position. Advisors will act according to their position in government, their beliefs, and their alignments. So need somebody good at community. Community statistic represents the barony's population. This statistic is governed by the regent. Okay. So we've got Valerie and Octavia. Octavia always strives to solve problems peacefully. Valerie strives to follow the letter of the law. So I feel like the regent should be the person that sort of epitomizes, you know, our barony. So it should be the chaotic good person. It should be Octavia. I know Valerie is technically the better one with her 3 charisma. And she'd make a great regent, right? But I don't think she represents who we are as much as Octavia does, right? We're the freelance. So it should be Octavia. There we go. So the regent has been appointed. Next, we have the counselor. The counselor deals with troubles of the common folk and helps settle the land disputes and agricultural matters. This advisor ensures citizens remain loyal to the throne. Alright, well, I guess it's gonna be Tristian. Tristian cares for the people over all other concerns. That makes sense. That does make sense that it's Tristian, actually. Our general. The general is the highest ranking officer in the army of the barony and is responsible for watching the borders and protecting them. Okay. Miri favors the direct approach. Regonger is hot-headed and direct. Castle always strives to help those in need. Ooh, this is tough. I'm leaning towards Amiri. A treasurer. No candidates are available for this position yet. The treasurer's duty is to keep the coffers of the barony full and ensure any gold spent is spent wisely. And then the high priest. No matter what deity he serves, the high priest strives to satisfy the spiritual needs of all citizens in the barony. Harem favors unusual but effective solutions. Jah does his best to solve problems without disrupting local traditions. Harem. Okay, so our advisors have been selected. And they're all companions. We didn't pick any of the other people. That's fine. Okay, so now we can go into projects and we can actually do these things. So we have 4 economy things we could deal with. We got trade agreement with Sertova. We can't do this yet. Insufficient funds. Right. We've got the freelance, chaotic good, high community, high loyalty, 1 village, crisis points. I don't know what those are. I don't remember anyway. We get 32 BP per week. We can purchase BP with our own cash. I remember that. Our merchants will receive the right to establish a sizable trading post in the heart of the New Stetven. Each city in the barony gains an extra 5 BP per week, 2 BP for each town, and 1 BP for each village. It's probably a good one. Izvanki's offer. Izvanki Keeg, High Priest of Erastil from Restov, has a strong interest in spreading the stag god's faith across the region. He is eager to build a shrine dedicated to Erastil on your lands, but at his own expense. Accept his offer if you wish to gain a useful ally at a place of worship for Erastil. Yeah, I mean, we like Erastil, so that could be a possible one we pick up. You can pillage the Temple of the Elk. Plunder the Temple of the Elk and rob it of all remaining treasure. 150 BP. Prevent future restoration of the temple. Okay, we're not doing that. And we can rebuild the Temple of the Elk. Restore the Temple of the Elk to its former glory, making it the center for Erastil's worship in all the surrounding areas. Unlocks a special region upgrade and prevents pillaging of the temple. Okay. And we also have curses. Research the nature of curses. Davik Nettle. Now that the undead engineer's curse has been lifted, it might be prudent to study it and be more prepared next time. And then one for regions. Claim the outskirts. Declare the outskirts a part of your kingdom. Choose an advisor to handle this event. Okay, so we have, how much? We have 450, 450, so this would put us down to 300. I think we are going to claim it. Choose an advisor to handle this event. Advisors will act according to their position in government, beliefs, and alignment. Choose wisely. Okay. Now I'm a little worried. So first, we want to get this curse. That's 50 BP. Unusual but effective solutions. You're gonna handle that. And for the economy, we're gonna accept his offer here. Oh, I can't. Nah, never mind. I'm gonna restore the temple. Can't do that either. Okay. Never mind. Then we are gonna do this. Octavia. Start the claim. Oh shit. I didn't know that passed. Okay. That actually takes time out. Your barony has expanded, and now it includes the outskirts. The free lands have grown. Tuskdale. I wonder if I can rename my capital. Cool. Okay. Requires 45 days to solve. Is that going to skip through 45 days? I wonder. Okay. Now we have all these. Bandits' outrage. Several bandit encampments have emerged in the Narn marches. They plunder the peasants, rob travelers and merchants, and even attack tax gatherers. These bandits need to be muzzled. Crisis points available. Go ahead and handle this. See, we can start the event, but that takes 7 days. 65%. Crisis points, okay. They increase the chances of this. We got a mysterious cult promoting idleness and debauchery has emerged in the region. This deprivation must be stopped. 61% chance. A giant weed is taking over more and more farmland. Someone must persuade the peasants to start fighting this pest. 65% chance. The enchanted wild, or wind. News has arrived from the largest observatory in the Five Kings Mountains. The enchanted lens of their main telescope broke. The destruction of such a powerful artifact caused a gust of enchanted wind, which is now moving toward a region of the barony. You should seize this opportunity. That'll be you. 55% chance. And Harem has a request. And then Counselor awaits in the throne room. Okay. Let's do these first. Harem has a request. That's not Harem. Tristian lowers his head. Greetings, Baron. I am sorry to take you away from your other affairs, but your people need you. When the stolen lands were freed from the Stag Lord, the people sighed in relief, but many are still confused by their swift change of fortune. Truth be told, they simply don't know what to think of their new Baron, nor what to expect of you. Well, will you be a fair ruler for all, or only for those of wealth and status? Let us reassure your people. Show them where your favor truly rests. Perhaps a small celebration would help to win them over. Of course, you could spend the same amount on a luxurious dinner for those wealthiest of your barony, but I recommend organizing a fair for the common people, the ones whose shoulders your power truly resides. Okay. We shall hold a fair for the common people. I want them to know that I hold them closest to my heart. Community and culture up. We will hold a luxurious dinner party for the merchants. The support of our wealthiest citizens is essential. Economy and relations up. I don't care to arrange anything. We can do without festivities and feasts. BP up. Make up your own mind. I don't care who we pander to. Hold a fair. Tristian smiles warmly. We will hold a common celebration where everyone will be welcome, including the poor and downtrodden. This is the greatest gift a ruler can give to his people. New events support the counselor's endeavors. Okay. Aram looks embarrassed. He runs his fingers through his beard and clears his throat a few times. Then he speaks at last. I heard. Not that it's important, but, well... He clears his throat again. I heard that an ancient trade road built by the dwarves of the Five Kings Mountains runs through these lands. I don't know what happened to them or where they went. Unforgiving time spares no one. But the road itself is still here, and possibly not only the road. Hiram holds his beard in his fists. Well, Agronak, I have a request. If you find any dwarven ruins in the area, I'd like to see them with my own eyes. Why do you ask this? Of course, Hiram. If I find any dwarven ruins, I'll take you to them. Don't, Hiram. It will bring you nothing but pain. Why do you ask this? Hiram fiddles with the beard again. I shouldn't. Probably. But it's like a wound that's never healed. You know it will only hurt more, but you still need to scratch it. Of course it's foolish. Foolish and vain. But still, I wish to look at them. If I find them, I'll take you to them. Thank you, Agronak. Well... Thank you. Sure thing, buddy. Hello? Your Grace. I was at Oleg's trading post recently, and I noticed old Boken, just standing there, bored to death, with nothing to do. This is most unfortunate. After all, the old grumbler is a very knowledgeable alchemist. However, he has no use for his skills, since the locals need nothing more than the simplest of healing potions. And then it struck me. Why don't you hire him as your court alchemist? His decoctions and tinctures would certainly prove most useful to you. Also, it might be cheaper than simply buying from him or some other merchant. Okay, good piece of advice. Hold on, that wasn't all there was. Oh man, there's so many people to talk to.
How may I serve you, Your Grace?
Keston nods at you and pauses a moment, then bows awkwardly. We'll talk to you later. Is that old, the storyteller here, the elf? There he is. We need to talk. I need to talk to everybody. Let's keep managing our kingdom for the moment. We've got a couple more moments before I want to end the episode. A counselor waits in the throne room. Those have been successes. Spend 2 weeks resolving the loyalty of the citizens in the barony. Completing this project will rank up your loyalty. Okay. Should we do that first? Or should we do these? Oh, man. Okay. Is that last one? Oh, that's the rank up one. Okay. That's you. Oh, no, those are the projects. Okay, yeah, let's do these. What happens if we fail is the curious thing here. +3 military on success or triumph. So you can either succeed or triumph. 65% chance. Okay, so 65s are the high ones. Okay, so these aren't ones that happen right away. Give you a +5. Okay. So we've got them all done. Why is it saying I can still do these? Oh, I can't. But I think we're done for now. There's our map. Look at all this land we have to conquer. Alright, I think that's where we're going to end this episode, guys. We have named our kingdom, or barony. It is the Freelands. I don't know about it, but it's done. As far as I know, we can't change it, so you know, it is what it is. I do think I am going to name my towns after commenters. You know, I'll look through all the comments I've gotten. It'll probably be the same. To be honest, we'll run out of people after what, like 5? It's probably like about 5 of you, but that are commenting. But yeah, we'll name them after y'all. So if you have any specific names you'd like to name a town after, feel free to let me know. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's just end the episode. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.